How's it going, everybody? Fireworks Stud here, back with another pickup video for my 2026 4th of July fireworks stash. A couple weeks ago, I was in the Evanston, Wyoming area, and I was able to stop at Pyro City. Pyro City, as you can probably tell just from what is already on the table, is a big Black Cat distributor. Also has Fox Fireworks, and they have a few fireworks from other brands, but it's really like 95% Black Cat. So it had been quite some time since I stopped at Pyro City, and a lot of things had changed. I used to love Pyro City as a store, when I was a little kid going there, and maybe it was just the magic of fireworks as a kid that made me overlook some things. But I had a just okay experience in this store. If you were stopping in Evanston, I would probably recommend Porter's before you go into Pyro City. Regardless, they have good product, and their prices weren't anything insane for retail. So we're doing this pickup video a little bit different than I have been doing mine. Instead of showing you one item at a time, I threw all of it on the table here. Obviously you can't see all of it. We'll still go through it one by one, but I thought this might be a little bit different, a good mix up on how I usually do these. So we'll hop right in. Enough talking. First thing we got here are these Night Fangs. These are from Black Cat. New item for 2026, and the video that Black Cat put out for them kind of makes them look like to perform just like the Oops Loops from Monkey Mania, except when I bought these I noticed that they are all single fused, whereas the Oops Loops, there's a one fuse and both spinners go up. So I'm a little bit curious on what these do. They might just be average spinners, or you might be supposed to like light two at a time and they still do the cross thing. I kind of doubt that. But we'll see, that's for sure. I love a nice aerial spinner regardless. Next thing was a thing I got just based out of pure nostalgia. I got these 7 bullets Russian roulette by Black Cat. These just emit crackles, but they were pretty loud and pretty good as a kid. So I got a couple of those. It looks like 2 packs of those. Next over here, we have some of these Tasmanian Devils from Black Cat. I think everyone knows what these do. Nice little fountain that then spits out some jumping jacks at the end. I got like a generic brand of Tasmanian Devils. What are they typically called? Jack in a Box. These are usually called Jack in a Box. Black Cats are called Tasmanian Devils. And anyways, like I was saying, I got a generic version last year and was just really disappointed in how they performed. So I went and got one this year that I knew that would be good. Okay, next thing here we have are these Black Cat Neon Master Missiles. These are very popular. If you're watching this video, you likely know what these are. I remember as a kid, they used to have 10 up here and 10 down here, so you get 20 in a pack. But as one might expect, you only get 10 now, kind of cutting us short compared to what it used to be. So anyways, out of all the neon bottle rockets or that have special effects, I still think these Black Cats are my favorite, at least out of the ones that I've been able to try. They had a good sale on them, so I think I have 10 packs here, which is pretty awesome. Another smaller rocket. We have these Backtalk rockets. Looks like they're a whistling or a howling rocket, but they do have brakes too, if I remember right. I saw a video of these while I was actually in store, and it looks like these are painted on the bottom. So on some rockets, that means the painted ones are color, and on others, this is probably just a crackle. So we'll see what those do. Only got 1 pack of them, so hopefully they're good. All right, getting into some slightly bigger stuff. We have this Fair and Square by Fox Fireworks. The duration on this little thing caught my attention. Minute 10 seconds. Fox Fireworks makes great stuff. I haven't actually looked up the performance of this fountain, and it kind of goes along with something I mentioned in several of my recent videos, is that I'm really kind of going into fountains a lot more than I have before, but I'm avoiding the really small stuff. I wanted to get medium to large fountains for this year and really have some nice ones for my show on the 4th. So hopefully that one's good. It looks like it will be. Sticking with the fountains, we have a popular one by Black Cat. I have never had it though. It's called Fish Crazy, and as you might expect, it is loaded with the fish effect. There's your performance. Let's see, does this have a duration? Average duration is 46 seconds. So We will definitely take a video of this one. I love anything with the fish effect. This is a pretty popular fountain too, so you've probably heard of it. Let's see. Okay, this is the biggest fountain, or depending on how you define it, the biggest fountain we got. This on this pickup, a Spark My Interest from Black Cat. I believe this is a new fountain for 2026. This thing's pretty large, and you can kind of see the tubes going around. Black Cat design and stuff on their products will never get old. I just love that look of the cat. Anyways, you've got 2 minutes, a bunch of colors, and that's all it says on here. I did watch performance before buying it and was like, oh, I need to get that. So I'm sure something on it looked good. Last fountain, sort of, kind of. We have this Black Cat 100-foot fountain with Mine Effect. This is one of the hybrid fountains, kind of like Pure Fantasy. But I think this one's a little bit better than that in terms of height and crackle. And if you've held one of these things before, it probably weighs close to 10 pounds, I would think. It's got a really heavy base. That's probably just to keep it upright when it does shoot out those pillars of crackle. So excited to have that one. This was a free item thrown in for my pickup. We have this Ultra 96 by Black Cat. It is just, you know, a color pearl, but I think these ones do have a crackle mine in the middle. So let's see. Yep. Looks like there's some crackle. So I think I might have had one of these last year. Anyways, that's just what they were giving out for the day while I was there. Another new item for 2026, this time from Fox Fireworks, which I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but anything from Fox is pretty much just Black Cat. Just a sister company of Black Cat. And you can tell that the design on these and just the fonts that they use are very similar too. So we have the Soli Luna. I did not say that well, but Moon and Sun, or Sun and Moon. This is a little 200 gram, 18 shots. And again, this is a performance that I watched while I was either in the store or before we got there. Saw that there's a bunch of blue and purple, which are some of my favorite colors in fireworks, and decided that this was one that I wanted to try out for the year, especially because it's new. So another 200 gram here. We have God Bless America, and I'll be 100% honest, guys, this usually doesn't happen, but the wrap on this little cake is what sold me. I saw that, it looks so cool. I was like, I need one of those for $2.50. So we got one of these. It's kind of tall. I wish I could show it better, but it is tall for a 200 gram, 20 shots. I think there's a lot of red, white, and blue like you might expect. So I'm excited to try that one out. I think it should be pretty good. Next thing here, this was another free item. Just like most stores do, is kind of like just based on how much you spent while you're in the store. And I got this Star and Stripes 19 shots 500 gram for free, which is nice. I love a 500 gram for free. This one is fanned too, which is pretty cool. So red, white, and blue. Was super happy with that. It kind of did help my experience in there outside of the free fireworks and stuff. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't the staff's fault. It was whoever is in charge of training the staff there. That's probably the best way to put it. So anyways, enough with that. This last thing we got here that I'm really excited about is the Excellent bag from Black Cat. This is the first assortment that I have for this year. And we are going to be comparing this assortment to the Niagara Falls assortment from Phantom. I was able to get both for $50, so we're going to go ahead and do a little series comparing the two and seeing which one is the best value. So I've looked at this little assortment for several years in a row, and I finally was like, I should just do a video where I compare that with another $50 assortment. So last thing we got here, and I wasn't really expecting to find this at Pyro City, but we've got a nice 12-shot HDPE rack, and I actually have a theory that this is a Great Lakes mortar rack. That's, I don't know the best way to say that, but when I was looking at the catalog that they had in Pyro City, all the racks had pictures with the Great Lakes logo on there. So last year I got a 6-shot rack. It did have the spacers. This one does not, but I wanted a 12-shot just to be able to fuse up more and include more in my shows. I purposely bought this without the spacers. I just like being able to keep the fuses closer, and say I was hand lighting these, I could probably just torch half of the rack, let it shoot, and then torch half of it as well. So excited to have that. I should also have a 24 or 28 shot rack at some point before the 4th gets here. So that will be the end of this pickup video. I've always liked Black Cat stuff. It's gotten to the point where I rarely like the prices on it, but the performance is usually always pretty solid. So I'm excited about everything we've got here, and definitely excited about a bunch of stuff that I haven't shown you yet. So keep an eye out on the channel. We're going to be kind of pumping out a bunch of pickup videos. It's really hard to light stuff right now, both because of how busy I am, but also just it's been so dry in my area and the states around, and really just the entire West Coast. It's just been really dry out here, so you worry about fires and all of that. So last thing I do want to say is thank you to all of the new subscribers that have joined the channel. That's something that I've kind of taken notice of the last couple of weeks. It seems like every time I look at that number, it's gone up 3 or 4 subscribers. So welcome to the channel. And thank you so much for watching and choosing to join and follow our Pyro adventures. So shout out to you guys. Again, thanks so much for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.